first 2 sessions I was just taken apart. Really, Mark was just awesome in the balls. Every time he got in, I just put my cue to the side because he just never looked like missing. So it was an awesome performance.
Did it kind of remind you of you back in the 90s watching you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's important to try and dominate your opponent early on, and that's what he did.
So what about your future then? You've hinted about making some decisions in the summer. What are your feelings about that now?
Yeah, and that's what I'll do. I'll decide in the summer. I'm not just going to, decide straight away. Obviously, got things to think about. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, it's hard to compete like that because I've still got the game, but I haven't got the self-belief that's required to sort of play with these guys. It's not that my game's any less, but if you don't truly believe that you're going to win out there, then you're going to struggle at the end of the day.
Something that could still change?
Well, it's without wins, it doesn't change. That's the thing. That's the catch-22. You need wins to get your belief and your confidence, and I'm not getting wins, so it's a bit debilitating, really.
I know you're not a fan of the PTC events, but some of them played in Europe are played in front of crowds, the kind of thing that you're used to. Is that something that you could perhaps reconsider in terms of keeping your ranking up?
Yeah, I think the ones abroad were certainly better to play in than the ones in Sheffield. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Obviously, if I think if Bingham beats Ding, then I'm out the 16. So then that'll obviously probably have a big influence as well on what happens.
Is there a possibility this is your last match at the Crucible? And if so,
sure, yeah.
How would you reflect on that and everything you've achieved?
Well, I'm just glad I never got beaten a session early. I think that was my one aim yesterday was to not go out in 2 sessions. That would have been quite embarrassing if it was to be your last match. So yeah, it'd be a shame if it was, because obviously I'd had tremendous success. But listen, if someone says you could have 26 years here and won it 7 times and be in 2 finals, I think most people would take that.
So many amazing memories to look back on.
Yeah, I think 2 147s, 3 147s, 7 more titles. I'm not at a bad time here.
10 straight frames against White in 92.
I was not a bad player.
Thanks so much.
Mark,
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say Mark was pretty excellent. I don't suppose you'd have 6 centuries against you in a match, did you?
No, that's the first. As I say, every time he got in, he just looked really good. I can't even remember getting him out of position. I didn't put pressure on him, which always helps. If your opponent's not putting any pressure on you, it's easy to just make century after century, because if you miss, you're not going to get punished. But certainly, he's playing the best snooker of anybody here at the moment. There's no doubt about that.
Is it to do with age?
No, I don't think it's to do with age at all. I think obviously, the thing with age, I don't practice as much as I used to, which there's I'm sure Mark's practicing 5, 6, 7 hours a day, where I'm not. So different things come into your life which obviously affect it. So the age in one way, in terms of you've got different priorities in your life, but in terms of being able to play top quality snooker, no, I don't believe it's a factor at all. There's times when I've played through the season, I've played 4 or 5 hours a day, and there's times where I've played 2 hours a day. It's just however I feel.
How would you like to be remembered if this was to be the end for snooker for you?
Well, I won the World Championship 7 times. That's a record, isn't it? It was the last I looked.
You've been incredibly proud then, as an ambassador for the game, and
yeah, I'm still going to be involved in the sport. Snooker's all I know, basically. So yeah, I'll still be. I might still be playing. As I say, I'm not going to make the decision today. I'll make the decision over the next few weeks.
Can you stand the thought of not playing in that arena again?
Yeah, I love playing in the arena, but I hate not being competitive. Going into a match and not having the belief that you can. Coming down here and not truly believing that you can win the World Championship is not what it's about for me. Enjoyment in the game is all about winning. If I can't win, then it's I'm not going to enjoy it.
Is it something that you can talk to maybe other people who played at that team? Would you ever talk to other people like John Parrott, or is it purely personal?
I think it's just about me and my family and stuff like that. Decide, see what's best.
apart from commentating, if you don't go on playing,
Yeah.
what else might you do in snooker?
Well, I've got one or two things in the pipeline that I can't talk about at the minute. Yeah, there's still exciting times ahead for me. If it's not playing, then it'll be, as I say, I'll be involved in snooker in some shape or form because it's all I know. I'd love to have a position in the game of some sort. So we'll see.